Welcome back to the Control Pod. Yay! Today we're here with Freya Downie, founder of Freya's Delights. Welcome, Freya.
Thanks for having me.
How are you? What's happening?
Well, I'm good. Oh, busy week.
Yep.
Busy.
Yep.
Life is hectic, chaotic, but busy's good.
That's
yeah,
it.
Can't complain.
I can't believe I started a podcast with how are you, but we're going to keep rocking.
Yeah.
Freya, for the listeners, I'm so rusty. As you can
Rusty, I
tell.
haven't guessed in a while.
Freya, for the listeners, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Freya Downie. I'm the founder of Freya's Delights, which is a small business in Tasmania making traditional dulce de leche from Tasmanian milk. So I live on a dairy farm. I grew up there. My dad's dairy farm, and I have access to the fresh milk. And so, yeah, I just turn it into like this really rich European caramel.
That's
Incredible.
sick. That's so cool. That's such a cool, like, just a story to start with, I feel like. Talk to us about sort of like your journey from obviously being in Tassie. What was that life like there? And then transitioning into, starting a business for you.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like I've done a lot for at my age, like being only 21. So this could drag out a little bit. So I was brought up on a dairy farm in the Derwent Valley of Tasmania. So really beautiful part of Tassie, about an hour out of Hobart. Started Freya's Delights when I was 12. I grew up working on the farm, milking the cows with dad, doing lots of jobs, probably not the best jobs, like the ones that you give your kids to do. Fun ones.
Child labour.
Yeah. No.
Love your dad.
Love my dad. And so started working on the farm from quite young, and then really found a passion for cooking, and especially desserts, sweet treats, that kind of thing, and just being able to share like my love for cooking with other people as well. So taking desserts to other people's houses and stuff like that. And then I obviously loved MasterChef. I don't know if you watched MasterChef much growing up, but loved MasterChef, especially desserts. And there's a chef called Alistair Wise. He has a cafe in Hobart, or had, sorry, a cafe in Hobart called Sweet Envy. And I obviously lived on the farm for my childhood and was kind of, I guess, like city girl. So cafes, restaurants, not like part of my childhood, so it was more just on the farm type thing. And so mum's taking me down to this cafe, and I'm like, what is this? Like, I haven't really seen like a cafe. Like, I was like, this is cool.
Wait, really? Was that like your first ever cafe experience?
Probably not, but it's the first one that I remember being like, this is cool. Like cupcakes and like these huge wedding cakes in the display cabinets and things like that. And I was like, there is so much you can do with sugar.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I started chatting to him, and he made a lot of time for me, which I was very fortunate to have a chat with him. And he introduced me to dulce de leche, which is the South American caramel, like originated Argentina. And because he's like, oh, you have access to the fresh milk, it'll be really, really creamy and rich, so you should try it. And I, when you have a conversation, you feel all inspired. And so literally that day I went home and I made it, and then took it back to him, I think, the next time we were in town, like 3 days later. I said, Mum, I have to go back. And she's like, oh my God, like an hour and a half away from her. I was like, I have to go back. So we drove back down, and he tried it. He was like, that is like really, really good. He's like, you should start a business. And I was like, oh. Little old me, like 11, 12, was like, that's such like a kind of cool, but nah. And then I think it just like stuck with me, and I was brewing on it for a while, and then I reckon we could
Just give it a go.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, what have I got to lose? And I wasn't. I was a pretty busy kid. Loved my sport. I'm the eldest of four, so I have 3 younger siblings as well. And I was really bored in school. So there was this project in school. It was just like convenient timing that they were like, oh, like here's a like independent negotiated study, and you can try and come up with an idea. And I was like, oh, this is good. Brilliant.
So it all just came out like the same time.
Yeah, so it all kind of like worked out. And actually my teacher at the time in year 6, his wife was like a graphic designer, and so she helped me do my labels and stuff. When I submitted the project, then my teacher was like, are you for real with this stuff? And I was like, yeah, like I'd love to give it a go. It's like, yeah, my wife's a graphic designer. So it was just kind of funny how everything just kind of fell into place, like from one idea.
I know, far out. 12
Yeah.
is such a young age as well. And I think like it's so nice to hear that like there were so many like serendipitous moments we call it. Or like even red string theory, I guess, with people.
Yeah.
But it seems like, being in the right environment with people who supported your goals came quite early on, which is I think sometimes like a little bit unheard of as well. Like especially in Australia, sometimes tall poppy syndrome plays a part and everything. Have you ever experienced anything like that, or do you feel like it's been pretty supportive from the day you started?
No, I've had a lot of support from the day since like I started. Yeah, from obviously being 12, I can't drive anywhere or like to anything. So deliveries, markets, that's mum and dad helping me along the way. Like I'm only 12, I'm a tiny little girl. So my dad, my mum helped me like carry things to and from, a lot of support from them. But also in a way of this is also your journey. So go ahead, make your mistakes. We want you to do it your way, but we're here to support you from a distance. And when you need that support, we'll step in. And then also Tassie community, really small, like it's a small community down in Tassie. I love it, but it's like everyone knows everyone. And if, like my mum's friends would always come to the markets and support me. And then even now over here in Melbourne, like Hannah Swindon is like my Tassie girl. She's like promoting and then
That's so cute.
yeah, no, I've had a lot of support. I'm very, very fortunate to have people around me that I do, yeah.
And when did you start, I guess, taking the concept to, I guess, markets and things? Like when actually, can you talk us through your first sale as well? Like what did that feel like?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I
Do you
remember
remember it?
my first sale.
Wait, but I didn't even
Far
realize
out.
caramel sauce is like sort of like, is it that easy to make like at home? Like, is it something that you can like? I'm just thinking like you've
I
got
guess,
milk
yeah,
and you're like, do
yeah.
you just like like what's the
Yeah, of
process to
course.
make
So
it?
it's literally, it's so simple. It's milk and sugar and you just boil it down for hours. So if you were to do like 2 litres at home,
Oh,
it maybe take like an hour and a bit.
yeah.
But for me, I do 90 litres of milk at a time. And so that's like
A lot longer.
10 to 12 hours on the stove. But because it is on the stove for so long, it becomes this really rich golden, like you can see the jar there, but it's like that really deep caramel colour.
Wow. So it's literally milk, sugar, and you in a pot.
And I
White
stir it in
sugar
a pot.
or
white sugar.
and it's just boiling
Yeah.
it just for like lengths of time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So then when you make it, it must smell really good in the shop.
Yeah, I'm kind of over it. not gonna lie.
you were calling it
I love it. I love it so much.
What is it, 9 years in business now?
Well, yeah,
Like,
I had a bit of a break.
Yeah, okay.
For a while. So I've actually only just relaunched in December 2025.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I started this business 2016 and then I moved to Melbourne. Yeah. So I came over to Melbourne to pursue a career in soccer and do my studies over here, year 11, 12. And COVID, fun. Yeah. So I moved over and I think I had about 4 months here into schooling and then Melbourne shut everything down. And so I was stuck here. And
Same year level? Am I?
No,
Because you went through COVID year?
I
school?
was COVID. Yeah, I graduated when it started. Though.
It started.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when did you graduate?
2022.
Yeah,
my God,
all
I'm
right, you
so
little baby.
old.
I know, little kid.
That's
I
crazy.
thought you were older. I'm not gonna lie. But
I'm
no.
old.
You are
Terrible. What am I? 2018.
I feel like that's like holy crap. Like we've just jumped around.
I know,
a lot.
it's so chaotic.
Yeah, no,
That was
literally.
just me glitching out.
So 12 years old, started, brought it to markets for a little bit.
Yeah.
How long did that last? And then when did you make the move to Melbourne? Let's sort of fill in that gap.
Yeah, so for the 4 years that I had open when I was in Tassie, it was Farmgate Market, which is a Tasmanian only produce market in Tassie. So like Salamanca Market's really popular, but Farmgate Market is like also really, really gorgeous and it's only Tasmanian products. So I was doing that. That took a while, so that was probably in the last 2 years because I didn't have much of a foundation at the start. Like I was 12. I was just kind of like, yeah, make it, sell it, cool. And then
Serious? No business plan? No like
no,
profit loss statement?
No, absolutely nothing. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just loved it so much. And yeah, I still can't remember my first sale, to be honest. Mum's probably going to listen to this and be like, you don't remember. It feels like a while ago now. Sorry, Mum.
So you're making it yourself, obviously, and then
yeah.
putting it in jars and then selling
myself,
it. And then
put it in
when
the
did that
jars.
production go from you doing it to like, I'm guessing now you have like a whole sort of like, not warehouse, but what would you, I don't even know what you would call a room, caramel.
Not even. I still
sauce.
do it in the family kitchen.
Oh, you still do it in the family kitchen?
So I
wow.
still do it on the farm.
That's
in
incredible.
the family kitchen. Like I grew up in the most gorgeous house. It's like 1820s, sandstone, red tin roof, like beautiful property. And yeah, the kitchen is the same. Yeah.
Using that.
Yeah, since my dad grew up, that was the kitchen he had. And so I still do it there. I have these 2 massive pots that I cook in. So it's like I have 100 litre pot and 170 litre pot.
Oh my God.
And I have gas cookers that I put on the floor. So I used to do it on like in a 10 litre pot on the stove. I know. And it would give me about 24 jars.
Yeah, 24 jars, okay.
Which I would sell as like 1 carton. 1 box would be 24 jars. If I was selling retail and stuff when I was supplying grocers. And then now, yeah, I can get like 300 ish jars.
Wow.
Because I like, yeah, it's gone from 10 litres to 100 litres. So
stove on the floor.
Yeah, this huge pot. And there's like Dad's welded a tap to the bottom like of one of them. So
so you just pour it out.
I bought 1 pot. He got 1 pot, the 100 litre one, and then I found one that's like 170 litres and it had a tap fitted to it. And so I said, can we put one of them on that one to make it easier? And he's like, yeah, sure. That's what I mean about the support. Like Dad was just like, yeah, of course we'll make it happen. I feel like, yeah, I was very, very lucky with my parents is that there's no kind of questioning if I could do something. It's like only a matter of when it would happen.
Well, I mean, they've kind of like built this sort of like almost like an ecosystem like for you where you've grown up on a farm and that's been their business as well and that's your kind of whole life. So I think for them it's like, oh, you want to start something with what's already inside this system is like just okay, like whatever, like let's do it, you know. I think like imposter syndrome is I think it's a city thing. I don't think it's like because even when from Cairns, like I never really experienced imposter syndrome either.
Yeah, it's really weird. I think I mean, I'm just reflecting mid-convo as well because I think both of you have come from families where it's like so normalized to just jump straight into business.
Yeah.
And I think with a lot of people who grow up, pretty central like myself, like I grew up in a suburb where like most of the top 10 private schools are, and everyone just sort of jumps into uni, jumps into a corporate job and then just follow their like dad's footsteps in like investment banking or going into commerce and stuff, and you aren't really exposed to that and people sort of speak to you in ways where they're like, oh, you serious, like you're gonna do that sort of thing. Even at uni, like when you talk about your aspirations in a business degree about what you want to start or what you want to do, people are like, go get an internship, bro, or something. So no, it's actually really refreshing hearing both of your perspectives as well because you've shared a lot in terms of imposter syndrome and like actually just giving things a crack. And then obviously for you as well, like it sounds like you've grown up in a really supportive environment and like you can't envy someone for doing that. Like that's not the card that you're dealt. Those are the cards that you are dealt as well. And like I guess for me, like my journey has just been like navigating and making sure that I guess surround myself with people like yourselves to feel a little bit better and a bit more comfortable that we are doing our own thing and that's okay and that's fine. It's actually like admired by some as well.
I feel like when we went to Tassie, we got a really good like energy and a vibe from just being in Tassie as well because the mentality is just so like, oh, just do whatever you want to do, like have fun. Or even we went to a couple of cafes and they were doing only Tassie like produced stuff as well. And
it's
that
the pink one. What's that called?
I don't know. It's in
the pink one.
The pink one.
It's like in
Battery
Point. It's like super fun.
I also haven't lived there in 5 years.
Okay,
so I'm not really up to date with
yeah.
everything that's going on.
The food was just so clean and nice, and just we like support like local. It was just like all really it was, like,
Tassie
nice.
especially is like you have access to some of the best food and wine in the world down there. Like it is so gorgeous. The food, the seafood, cheese, wine, like the list goes on, and you'll see a lot of small businesses, especially Tasmanian only produce or like a lot of like at least 95% of stuff is because it's like it's such a good like keep everything local like because you have the opportunity to and a lot of small businesses support each other in that aspect.
Yeah, I love it. Well, in that 4-year window in Tassie, like, how did you start reaching out to, I guess, retailers that wanted to stock your product on shelves, or when was that point, I guess, where you started to not just sell to, I guess, general public, and then start putting yourself in stores?
So it's like this is kind of where it comes in of like being that young, naive. I'm so old now, but like when you're like I guess 12, you don't really understand the concepts of like, oh, you should probably send an email first and then you do a follow-up call, and that like I would just walk in and be like, hi, do you want to stock my product? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. But mum's sitting there being like, oh my God, okay, yeah, go, well done, Freya. No, I'm so proud of you. And I'm just, because I was like, I don't know any different. I don't know what an email was. We didn't even have them on the farm. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love that.
And so that's a lot of how I got things places, was just a lot of people really like gravitated towards me, my mum's friends, just about how I didn't really care. Like I was just so like me. Like I was so comfortable in what I was doing.
I love that.
And I knew that I had a good product, and I knew that like I'm proud of the product that I'm selling. And I just I didn't really like
think about it.
Yeah, but now I think about, okay, so I have to send an email, and I have my spreadsheet, and it's like, okay, so the email is this day, and then the follow-up is this day.
I feel like it's so...
But this is how it works. It's all connections.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Like to get into Mr. Summit, which I'm so lucky. Like I don't like to say lucky, but like so fortunate and privileged to like be able to work like close to such cool people. But it's all networking. Like I think, and it's always been like that. It's the people that you know. What's that saying? It's who you know, not what you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is like in Tassie, it's like my mum would be like, oh, my daughter's just started this business, and oh, my friend has like a gourmet hampers business. She would love to stock your daughter's product. You should reach out. And then it's a phone call, and it's like, oh yeah, perfect. And then if you give them 24 jars to that hamper service, and then there's 24 jars and 24 new people, and then they go, oh, I could use this for my whatever. So it's like that.
Kept on
it's
like
just
going through that.
That's so refreshing, like just walking into the store. Like I
think it is refreshing.
I'm even
100%.
thinking, like as a business owner, like if you get an email, you're like, fuck, I have to, like open this.
Yeah.
And like,
Seems that.
and it's like Siebes, it ends up in the junk folder.
I think, which is why being 12 really helped me, because you can kind of excuse it when you're that age. Like you can't really say to this little kid in the store being like, no, send me an email. Like you kind of just have to be like, oh, good on you. Like, yeah, sure, we'll support that. Like, so I feel like that probably worked in my favor a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Talk to us about sort of like then, you've kind of, it seemed like this caramel business was like almost like your whole life. But then there sounds like there was a different part of your life that was like sporting, sounds like the soccer. I've heard a little bit there. What was that kind of, where was that kind of coming into play in your life? And then where did it become like you had to balance between the business and then soccer, and then obviously you moved to Melbourne for it. So what was that like?
Yeah. So I wish I could say the business was my whole life. It was not. Football was soccer was my whole life from when I was 6 until 18. And it still is a big part of my life. All of my friends are my football friends that I've stayed in contact with. So I started playing when I was 6 years old. It's the only sport within like a 40-minute drive from the farm. And mum and kind of dad said, you've got to do something. So like that was the only option. So poor mum and dad at Derwent Valley, Tasmania, in the park there. It's like 0 degrees, frost. They've been like, yeah, go play sport. And mum's sitting in the car with dad's just freezing. And it's like the frost, you can't even see the field. She's like, which one's my daughter? And then we moved off the farm in 2016 for school. And so we still have the farm. My dad lives up there, and then we're in town with my mum and my siblings as well, just for a bit of better education, because there's not a whole lot happening up in the valley. And then moved clubs and got selected for state teams and things like that. So football, I was training a lot, like 2 games a weekend, 4 to 5 trainings a week between clubs and state programs, and then coaching as well. And so then you go, okay, and where do you fit a business into that as well? So honestly, looking back, I don't know how I did what I did. I just doesn't make any sense because you're like, I didn't drive, so how did I get all this
Places,
stuff
yeah.
everywhere? I think my mum probably helped a lot with just distributing stuff. She would have meetings all around the city, and so she would just pop into that one and like that as well. And then I moved over to Melbourne for football. Soccer. I don't know, people just get like
a
bit touchy about it.
I would say football.
Victorians are.
So you would say football, and
You would say soccer.
You would say
I'd
soccer.
say soccer,
so,
yeah.
but I'm also half European, so for me, like football
yeah, you know
has
what
been
I
like
mean.
part
Yeah,
of
cool.
yeah.
Okay, well,
Okay.
That's sport.
That's sport.
That's sport. So I went to a sports school over here, and then I was training in the Melbourne Victory Academy, so A-League club.
Oh, wow.
Academy there, and then playing at South Melbourne. So that was also a lot. Again, club training, academy training, training in school, and games on the weekends. And then I stopped due to injury when I was 18. Yeah, which is super unfortunate. Like I thought that it was my whole life, and it was so sad to not be able to play. And it's like I'm so grateful that there is such a solid community in football. I still have the connections I do, but I'm still pretty cut by. Not gonna lie, like I really wish I was still playing, but it's what it is.
So it was an injury that you couldn't go back to playing again, or was it?
Well, not at that point in time. So it was concussions. So quite a few bad concussions, and it's just such a at the time when I had it, like I had concussions between 12 and 18, and it's like I'm still just a girl. Like that's probably not the best time for your brain to be rattling around in your skull, and it's just a lot of the unknown, especially when I was growing up. It's like, well, we don't really know what the effects of X, Y, and Z are, so we just kind of don't want to say, yeah, sure, go ahead in case something was to happen.
Yeah.
And at the time I was so cut by it, and I was really angry, and I was like, I've worked at this for like 12 years or however long. The last thing I want to do is stop. But now I can, like, I'm grateful that I'm glad I did stop, because it's like, well, I want to suffer the long-term consequences. And there still is a few things that like you have to work through post concussions, like with migraines and visual stuff. Yeah. So I still have to deal with a lot of like issues from it, but I think it could have been a lot worse had I not stopped.
It doesn't sound like the decision to quit football was sort of your choice. Was it kind of
medical retirement?
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
was it?
much,
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. I can't imagine like how heartbreaking it would be to, I guess, build your life up for 12 years and to have that almost like ripped away from you because of something that technically wasn't in your control as well.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest part was that it's nothing that I could control, and it was all just outside circumstances. And it's like you don't go and get like a concussion, like it just happens, and it's like, oh, I remember just being so angry at just everything. I was like, oh, I've worked so hard, like every week, like countless hours. It's like a full-time job, the amount of time that I was pouring into this like sport. But I'm grateful I've got the awareness around it, and I can still watch my siblings play their sport, and they're all really, really good at what they do. And so it's nice to kind of live my sporting life through them in a way. Like does state stuff, my brother's doing so
Well, you moved your whole sort of life over to Melbourne for it, but now that that's happened, what was the point?
Can I jump in?
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
can you just
continue.
describe like what
go.
those moments were, I guess, from needing to, I guess, retire out of the thing that you've grown up playing? Like what was that period of your life like? Like who did you reach out to? I guess like being in Melbourne, away from home as well, like quite a difficult period in your time too.
Yeah, definitely character building. So I struggled a lot mentally over in Melbourne. I felt very isolated because I've moved my whole life over for a sport. I've spent a year and a half in lockdown, basically doing like stupid at-home workouts. Can't even go and play the sport I've moved for, whilst my whole family back in Tassie is an island, so there was no lockdown there.
Yeah,
it was just like so frustrating. And Vic had such strict lockdowns as well. And I was trying to get back to Tassie so badly. So I was like, oh, I'm stuck. I was 16. like when you kind of put it into perspective now, looking back, I think what was I doing? Like, yeah. So mentally struggled a lot to see, especially my family back in Tassie, living without any issues, and then I'm just trying my best to make things work, and I just cannot get it going. Like it's just not working.
Yeah.
And my mum was sending me like packages like every second day because I was just like, I miss home so much, but there's nothing I can do. I can't get back because they had the like no one could get in pretty much to Tassie because they could isolate it because they're an island.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough to them. And then Melbourne was just such a high risk zone; you couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then I remember.
Were you in South Bank at that point as well?
Oh,
Or
no,
where were you?
I moved around so much. I was living in Brighton with one of my mum's friends when I first moved over, going to school in Kensington. And then house ended up moving out after 10 weeks and then going to house sit someone's place in Middle Park because I couldn't drive.
Yeah.
So I had to somehow to make my way to training. So I kind of had to stay relatively close to Albert Park, which is where South Melbourne train. I'd have to walk to and from trainings and stuff. Like this is the length that I was going to for this bloody sport.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's like I was sacrificing so much. Like, and then ended up going into lockdown. And then I moved to St Kilda Road and an Airbnb. Like I'm moving house on a tram. I can't drive. I'm by myself. I can't call mum to be like, okay, mum, can you come and help me move? So I'm on the tram going back and forth with a duffel bag because.
That is insane.
And then moved into South Bank after. Yeah, maybe 8 months in Melbourne. Yeah, and I've been here since. Yeah, thank God.
Well, South Bank's almost becoming like that mini community as
yeah.
well. Like it's so
Love
cool. Like I'm seeing parallels to I guess how you described Tassie, and then obviously we went earlier in the year, and like you can see the little like aspects of community as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's incredible. But sorry, I cut you off. I wanted
No, I
to
completely
thank you so
forgot
much
my
for
question
thank you
now.
so much for sharing that because I think like those moments shouldn't be brushed over, and like it's a good representation of your character and how you've been able to I guess, deal with a lot of hardship and how resilient you've been as a person too. So really appreciate you sharing that. Yeah.
No, I completely forgot my question. That's so fine. No questions.
No questions. When did you relaunch as well? I think we've sort of
so-
come back out of it.
Yeah.
Paused in all that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
pause. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't even answer the question, I don't think.
Okay.
So finishing football, it was my last year of school, so year 12, the year I graduated. I finished my schooling super early. Like academically, I flew through things, and I was so fortunate that my teacher was like, yeah, that's fine. We're not going to hold you back to work like within the time frame of the program and stuff. So she was like, you're soaring, so just go, just get it done. So I just jumped ahead. So I finished my schooling like 3 months early, and then then it just kind of happened at the end of the season. Thank God it was the end of the season type thing. School's wrapping up, football's wrapping up, and then it just happened. And then I was like, I got to the point, I was like, I'm so over it. All these medical appointments. And then they just called, they're like, we don't recommend that you go back. And I was like, great, okay. But then I just went home for the summer. Actually, no, I worked a lot to try and cope. Like my coping mechanism was just work. I was working at a restaurant, and then I picked up a job at a hotel, and I was working like stupid crazy hours, but at least I didn't have time to think about not having football in my life. That was kind of how I was just like coping, working. And then went home for the summer, spent time with the family. After this, like I hadn't really seen them a whole heap, 2 years. And then, kind of did this kind of reset. I was like, I'm not going to uni, hate studying. And then went to uni.
Happens.
It happens.
I'm going to uni, I'm going to uni.
Yeah, so I was working at the hotel, and I really enjoy hospitality, obviously business and cooking and stuff, and the connections you make with people. And then, just really enjoyed hospitality. And, so working at Sofitel, Collins, and then I just realised this is so far away.
That's okay. Isaac would work his magic.
Okay. Started working in hotel and met someone, and then did an open day at a uni, and then ended up doing a Bachelor of Business in Hotel Management. And then changed from Sofitel to Crown, and was working at Crown for 3 years while I was doing my Bachelor.
Wow, 3 years.
Graduated my Bachelor and resigned on the same day.
Seems like you close chapters like
Yeah.
you just
I
ends
just kind of
Get
reached
'em out
the
of
point
me.
where I don't know. I reached the point where I was just like, I'm so over it.
Yeah.
This is not anything to do against anyone like the company or the uni or anything. But I was just like, for me personally, I don't do well with repetition. Like, I get bored so easily. Like, I think I have about a 6-month window before I'm like, okay, what's next? Like, do something new. And so, like, that's why I think I flew through the ranks at Crown, is because every 6 months I was like, give me something more. Like, HD, supervisor, like, progress so quickly. And then I got to the point I was like, there is a lot of responsibility on my shoulders at the moment, and got quite overwhelmed. And then I don't know, I was like, okay, well, I'm graduating, so cool, that'll do me. And so I just resigned, quit on the same day, and then 2 days later I flew to Europe and saw my best friend over there and had a really nice reset. Just traveled a little bit, actually took time for myself for the first time in probably 3 years, like full-time work, full-time uni as an 18 to 21-year-old. And then, the realization of like, these are the best years of your life. What are you doing? Like, you need to be enjoying something, because again, it's like, football's not there. I'm filling that void with just work as much as I can. And then I don't have a spare moment in the day to catch up with, or the week, to like friends or anything. I have my dog. That's all I need. And then I kind of convinced myself that was working. And then, took a break in October, and then in that time, I guess, just wanted to work for myself again, I guess. Yeah. I don't really know. I don't know.
Was that October last year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I
so just
really
recently.
I don't know what inspired it. There wasn't really a moment where I was like, I'm going to do it. It just kind of like gradually, one thing was like, oh, that's a possibility. I could go back to that. And then when I kind of went home and I saw everything and I saw all of the labels again, I was like, oh, I miss this so much. Like, to have my name on a product, something that I'm really, really proud of. And I was like, yeah, okay, we're doing that. And so it was a lot of hard work, redesigned the logo a little bit, and the labels. And then, there was no method to the madness. It was just kind of, all stations go, and the most chaotic month of my life.
Do you feel like the last, obviously you've been in South Bank for a bit now, but do you think that it was like, had you met Hannah from Condition at that point? Like, when did you start meeting people with it? Because for us, realistically, like, it's kind of funny. Like, I've been in South Bank for like 3 or 4 years as well. But like, as a customer at like Mr. Summit, not like every day, like going every now and then. But then I only started knowing people in South Bank in like the last, I think since we started working with Mr. Summit, I would say like since January this year.
But how cool is that community?
Yeah, so cool.
So I've been in South Bank 4 years. So Melbourne 5 years, South Bank pretty much 4 years.
Yeah.
And I think only in the last, I'm going to say a month before you guys.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, like after quitting my job and then all of a sudden having this free time, have actually like really tried to, I guess, put more effort into the things I enjoy in life and try and find a few more things that don't feel like work. But I can just sit and enjoy. And that has been, Condition and Mr. Summit and Frankie and just chilling out. But how good is the South Bank community?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I think I started in December at Condition, and then obviously Hannah Swindon just knows everyone. Like, she has so many connections. I love that woman. But I've gone to Mr. Summit every day, I reckon, for the past 4 years. Yeah. Since I moved to South Bank. Not even,
Which is
like,
so
4
Yeah,
years.
it'd
Their
be
fourth
like 4
birthday.
years, yeah.
They
You guys
opened.
haven't
I've never
crossed
seen
paths.
you. I never
So
saw
great.
Hannah. I never saw, like,
Isn't
obviously,
it
like, the boys you'd see, like, they're
Hannah
working.
opened last year though.
Yeah,
So
she was
only
at F45 though.
She was
Oh,
still
true.
training. Yeah,
She's
I know.
still there.
Isn't it so funny? I laugh when I go to the 6 a.m. class and I kind of see just like all these people emerge from South Bank all to congregate to the one gym. Like, it's like everyone's coming out of the darkness to go to the gym. But I honestly, before work, would go to Mr. Summit every day because they have the QR code. So I would order it before I got in the lift. By the time I walked around the corner, I could pick up my coffee, head into work. And then, I was still made friends with Jadyn, Dan, Tony. But not to the extent of what we are now is such a tight-knit community. Like we everyone knew of each other, but I feel like there wasn't like the best friend relationship that everyone has now. And I think, a lot of that has to go to probably you guys with the like social stuff that you're doing for Mr. Summit and give yourself credit. And Hannah Condition, and then Gilly and Kazza as well down at Faulkner Street. Yeah. Like, it's just really good people.
When did you start working with the boys?
Yeah. Well, how did that all happen?
Yeah. Oh, I'm terrible. How did it all happen? No.
Luch to luch.
That's all I remember.
Video.
Yeah. So, no, again, it's just that community. Like, Jordan and I were really good friends because I was there every day. So he kind of has
just
to talk to me at some point in time. And obviously Frankie is my networking genius.
Genius.
Actually a great business.
Look at her.
She's
so cute.
So everyone,
she's kind of annoying because I'm so introverted and she wants to talk to everyone and everyone wants to talk to her. And I'm like, oh, God, do we really need to stop for everyone? Anyways, no, I love her. And so actually I think Jordan likes Frankie more than he likes me. But because I take Frankie, he has to talk to me. Yeah. And so anyways, we were talking and I was like, oh, I'm restarting my business. And he's like, what? And to me, it's crazy because I forget that like I know these guys so well, but they don't know that part of my life. They don't know that I even had that as a child. And so I did the whole, oh yeah, by the way. And he's like, who are you? Like, what? You have so many different aspects of your life. I know, thanks, George. Appreciate it. I think it's a compliment. Yeah. And he was like, well, yeah, like bring it in and we'll try and experiment with a drink. And the first one he sent me, I was like, interesting.
What was it?
I think I liked the sound of the first drink a lot more. It was like an iced Earl Grey tea with the dulce de leche salt.
They did, but they did sell it, right? I think I remember.
Did they do a hojicha?
No, that was hojicha.
Oh, hojicha.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, so we're not going to do that anymore. I was like, okay. And typical Mr. Summit fashion, everything's last minute. Yeah. And so it was kind of like,
we're calling you out, boys.
Yeah, sort it out.
And they're trying to be more organized now. That's what
we're waiting on that. We're waiting on that.
You guys know what it's like. No, I love them. If that's what works for them, sure. And I think in the space of like a week, they made a drink.
The Cocoa Cloud one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They they were like, oh, we're going to use coconut water. And I was like, what? I said that sounds like in my head I'm like, that sounds disgusting. Coconut water and salted caramel, surely not. Like that cannot be good. No.
When was this? Was this like last year? When was this now? It would have been like,
this is the last week of November last year before they launched on the
last week of November
week of December.
Last year. Yeah, interesting because I think around that time matcha was getting really popular.
Yeah.
And then with that and then hojicha and all that getting popular as well, they were starting to test around with like what's it called? Like the foam. The foam drink. Like I mean, like bubble tea shops are always doing the cold foam drinks for like a long time, but I think coffee shops are starting to integrate it with like matcha cold foam, or if it was like with like any sorts like anything you make into cold foam. But it was like I don't think with coffee it was always with like coconut water or iced tea. I think.
Yeah, probably.
And then so I think coconut water started to become a little bit like
so
popular again.
The idea was that coconut water's a bit more trendy at the moment, and so when people see coconut water they kind of gravitated towards that. That was the idea that he was going for. And even my mum was like, are you sure, Freya? Like this sounds disgusting. And then she tried it and she was like, oh no, this is really good. And she went and got another one. But that's like crazy. You can't really knock it until you try it. Like I know it sounds so odd because even I was like,
not sure.
I was like, I don't know about that, but love it.
Trusted.
Trust process. And now it's a staple. Item. It was it was the competition. It was like get the customers involved. 3 drinks for 3 weeks in December, and then customers pick a drink that stays on the menu. And I can't remember the other ones they did, but
no one remembers them.
Not
They're
important
just
anyway. It doesn't matter.
I didn't try them. I wasn't boosting those numbers.
I love it.
And then they got some really good feedback from my drink that stayed on. So that was the one that they kept on the menu until end of summer. And then again, true Mr. Summit fashion, the last week of the drink, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna keep it on permanently." And he's like, "We did." And Jordan's like, "I didn't tell you," and I was like, "No."
I need 50.
I'm like,
50
yeah.
tons
He's
now.
like, "Can I get 10 buckets for next week?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I flew home to Tassie at 11 p.m. on Tuesday night after I taught Pilates classes. I flew home my flight was like 10 something.
Oh.
I landed at 11:30 in Hobart. My dad's picked me up from the airport. We've driven an hour and a half back to the farm. We get there at like 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. And then we're up at 5 a.m. to get the milk from the dairy to put on the stove. I spend 16 hours in the kitchen baking these buckets for Mr. Summit.
That's
Label them all,
wild.
and then fly out at midday the next day
With the buckets.
with the buckets to bring them back.
Wait, how many kilos is that?
Oh, I didn't bring them all back.
Oh.
So I made like 90 liters
Oh
in the
my
one. Yeah, 90
gosh.
liters in the one day. I know,
Which is 90
crazy.
kilos,
90
essentially.
kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
which
plus the
flight-
weight of the jars as well. Like
So
that
the
you put
buckets
in,
I
or-
do, the wholesale buckets I do are plastic.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So and they're 1
Oh.
liter.
Yeah.
Oh my
Are
God,
you not scared?
imagine if I have to do them like those jars for
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
literally.
crazy.
the poor Theo in the kitchen, like
Just one by
just
one.
one by one. Yeah, no.
good.
Wild.
So yeah, I think that was also really good for me to push me into the wholesale market as well.
Yeah.
So thanks, boys.
Exciting, like, pivot.
Yeah,
for Freya
yeah,
Downie.
because
Yeah.
I was so set on retail. I love my retail. I love markets. I love connecting with each individual customer, sharing my story because the inspiration that they get as well. And then like people go home, oh my God, look, someone your age is doing this. It's just so exciting.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just like-
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
I love that.
And then I was like, wholesale is like it's a later type thing. Like I didn't expect to start it straight away, but I'm so glad that I did.
I think I'll touch back on the point that you made before where it's like it's who you know in business, but I also think like another layer on top of that is who knows you as well. So being able to, I guess, connect with people and leave an impression on them where they'll consider you for something like this is really important as well.
Yeah.
Because you can be an absolute asshole and people know of you, but
Yeah.
like, are they going to pick you too? So
Yeah.
I think that's a really important note for any business owner as well. Like you could know all these people, but it's like, do they know you and do they have a good
Yeah.
impression of you? And clearly
Yeah.
the Summit Boys did. And clearly a lot of people have as well, which is why they've considered you and why it's been such an awesome journey for yourself in business as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the drink's like incredible. Like, I think obviously you've got your regular coffees, but for them to have something like this is so like to them, but then also now to you. So it's like
Yeah.
just nice to see like and I guess we kind of came in right
Similar
at the
time.
end of
Yeah.
December. We came in like first week of Jan. So it was like they were like, "Can you make us the Cocoa Cloud poster?" And I was like, yeah, I can." Like,
That poster has changed so much over the past
yeah.
yeah, you should have seen the first.
Yeah.
You know the first drink they had like desiccated coconut on top
Oh, okay,
instead
cool.
of caramel. Because Jordan didn't want to use more caramel because it would be more costly than coconut.
like
just shavings.
shavings.
And then it's so gross. But I was kind of like, it's like toenail clippings, Jordan. Well, I think he said it to me and I was like, yeah, no, I can't drink that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
James
Like
into
he said, it just reminds me of toenail clippings. As I'm taking a sip, and I was like, yeah, no, that's not for me. It's a valid point you make,
God.
Jordan.
Yeah, no, that's a great
I was like, you
observation.
should use the caramel instead. And he was
Please.
like, no.
Wow. So
Yeah.
then first, and you came back from your trip, and it's like now this is the thing. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 6
So-
months in, like,
I know.
That's
I can't believe
wild.
it's already been 6. I can and I can't believe it's already been 6 months. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess from now I have Mr. Summit, 1 or 2 things brewing with a few cafes in Melbourne.
Okay.
I don't really want to say anything until it's like
Exciting.
finalized, but yeah, some drinks, but also some pastries as well.
Mhm.
oh, yum.
I love
Because
that.
it's a very European. Well, it's South American
Yeah.
caramel, but it's found its way into Europe. So a lot of when you go Italy or anything, it's like gelaterias have dulce de leche.
That's my favorite
everything.
ice cream flavor.
Oh,
I'm
is
not
it?
gonna lie, yeah.
Is it?
I love it. Yeah.
I think I've ever
You
had
kind of
dolce
know it
de
or you
leche.
don't.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because
And-
they do a really good one at Messina.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Messina's
So
really
good. And they
cool.
do good coconut pandan. But anyway, that was my big back.
That's
that just
a
coming through.
Messina side quest.
Jadyn loves food.
So exciting though.
Yeah, so exciting. And
Mm.
then also Tassie restaurants, which is like kind of like a full circle moment. It's like the restaurant. Yeah, there's an Italian restaurant in CBD Hobart, very small CBD Hobart, and I remember I had my 8th birthday there. Like, and then we were there for my brother's 18th birthday. Oh my God, I can't believe he's 18. Like, where does the time go?
Yeah.
And we were there for his 18th birthday. And I was speaking to the owner, and he was like, oh, I remember when you were a little tiny kid running around. And I was like, oh. And he's like, oh, and what are you up to? And I was like, oh, running my business again. He's like, bring it in. And I was like, oh, okay. And so that's how it's happened. Again, so like, just like spur of the moment, just wanting to support, like, and again, good humans, like just really wanting to support. And so, yeah, they're working on something for their menu at the moment. And, yeah, I have my first market back in a few weeks on the start of May, which I'm so excited about because I love the markets, love connecting with people, sharing my joy and my passion. And, yeah, a little bit nervous. I haven't done it in a while. And good old Tassie weather's usually pretty terrible. So
around this time of the year,
standing, under a gazebo, I'm
Like rainy.
I'm praying.
Or
Yeah, it's probably just windy.
It's
as
at the
hell.
bottom of
Was
the
it
mountain,
cold,
so
right?
it's like freezing, windy, rainy.
It's true test to your customers as well. Who actually wants to come?
Who's loyal?
Yeah, literally. Well, how does it work between I guess Melbourne and Tassie? Like, how often are you flying down? How often are you like flying
don't
back
even.
up?
It's
And
whenever Mr. Summer slow.
Yeah, whenever Mr. Summit calls, hey, emergency, 30 buckets for
Fly
tomorrow.
right now.
No, so it's yeah, a little bit chaotic. It's just kind of like there's no real structure. It's just kind of go with the flow at the moment. I'm trying to keep my life open to that. I have my set days for teaching Pilates, and then the rest of the week I try and keep open for business because I just don't know what's going to happen. At the moment, it's back to Tassie about once a month.
Wow, yep.
Depending on the schedule for whatever it may be. Like I went back for 36 hours that one time, and then and
Literally
then
36
I'm going
hours.
back for 4 days the next time to sort out this market stuff and do a bit more produce prep. But I'm lucky that I can do batches in such like huge quantity that I can like I don't need to be there every single week because then I would not be doing it. I don't think because I really love my Melbourne life, which is one thing I did say when I started is I don't want to lose my Melbourne life because it's you would know coming from Cairns when you go back to Tassie, it's kind of like, oh, you go to the supermarket and it's like, how's your mum and dad? And it's like everyone knows everyone, but it's nice for me to have my own community. Like these are all my people. None of these people here are my mum and dad's friends. Like I built like my circle here. Yeah. Like the gym, the coffee shop, you guys from like those connections. And so it's really nice for when my mum and dad come over and be like, these are my friends, guys. Like,
these are my people.
These are my people. Yeah.
chip on your shoulder.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but
No,
it's
but I
like,
get
it's
it,
my own
yeah.
connections. And so I did say that I don't want to lose this part of my life because I love my Melbourne life. And it's nice to have a contrast between city life and farming life.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys are going
Very
to come back to the
different.
farm at some point.
No,
I'm sure.
we should shoot some content.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be
Absolutely.
So good.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, there's nothing happening up there. Like it is so quiet. There's just honestly, the first night you go back, you kind of wake up and you think,
What now?
like the occasional moo of a cow, but no like city life. Well, there's like cars on the highway, like, nothing.
Literally.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Like, you would be so proud of, like, I guess, the community that you have built, seeing and hearing like your story and how isolated you felt, especially after the retirement and those things sort of going a little bit south, and then I guess reemerging and coming back to finding something that you love doing and refilling that, I guess, void that soccer left in your life. And I think it's been cool, like, listening to you sort of like cut off chapters, like, pretty obviously it's like quite difficult as well, but like I think you, from hearing this conversation, like, you know when to stop or when you're like quite burnt out as well. And I think like the environment that you've been raised in allows you to also like know where to go. Like, although you might not directly know, you sort of have this feeling that, you know, there's going to be support as well. And I think like that's an awesome notion to, I guess, how you've been able to rebuild yourself through all the hardships as well.
Yeah. I do want to say though, like it has taken us such a long time for me to get to the place where I stop before I am burnt out. I am not like, I'm all gas, no brakes type. And then in the last only 6 months have I learnt, okay, you don't need to go to the point of complete exhaustion before you slow down. So that's not something that I've had the whole time. Like I have burnt myself out on multiple occasions because I thought that's I don't know. Yes, how I've been brought up. Like my mum was a teacher, my dad's a dairy farmer. Dairy farming is such a tough industry. Like honestly, love my dad to pieces, and I'm so proud of him for sticking through like a family business, and like what it is now is like I take such pride in that.
Yeah.
And to see him, like it's his passion to see him like doing that. It's just like
I love that.
makes me want to work harder as well.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I've kind of inherited hard work, and so we're all kind of learning as a family, I guess, to just take a break. Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah, you don't
It's
have to
okay.
burn yourself out. It's okay. But also the other thing that you said, I just want to touch on is asking for help. I am so terrible for asking for help. Like even to ask you guys to borrow a microphone, or like, I was like, no, I can't do it. It's such an inconvenience. No, I can't do it. I was like, oh my
Yeah, you
God, grow up. Time's gone. No, but I think that is one thing, is asking for help is so important, and it can be so uncomfortable to do in the start, but it is, I guess, how you grow, one, your business, but two, as a person. And asking for help but also accepting help when it's offered is super important, because it's like you never know what opportunity you're going to miss if you don't accept just help. Like people are like, we're such a good community over here, but not just our community, any community you're a part of, like accept the help that's offered to you. But ask, there is no shame in asking for help at all. But that is something, those two lessons have been huge in the past.
Well, we can't do this podcast without talking about
The
content.
content, hey?
Bit of
Yeah, no,
content.
Yeah, of
literally bring it
course.
all back.
It's only
Okay.
fitting.
Yeah. How is the content going? I think, from hearing, like, it seems like it's all word of mouth at the moment, which is great. You've learned how to
We still love that. Don't get me
learn
wrong.
how to send an email as well. Did you send an email to the Summit Boys, or did you walk in?
Surely, true Freya style.
True Freya style, I
Walked straight in and said,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think I said to Jordan, here you go, do something with it.
Yeah.
And him and Sarah, I think, came up with it.
Yeah.
No, content is not my strong suit.
Mm.
I am so bad. Like, I also think, growing up, I wasn't on technology. Like, I'm on a dairy farm. There wasn't, we don't have Wi-Fi, guys. Like, that sounds so bad.
On the farm.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no Wi-Fi.
on the farm. Yeah,
There's no Wi-Fi on the farm.
no. We had.
How do you communicate? Do you just
I
say
know.
crazy?
That's crazy.
No, like I don't. It sounds like I'm born in the 1990s. Like, we didn't have Wi-Fi. There's no reception. No, but it's like I remember the amount of times my mum would be calling my dad, "Are you coming in for dinner?" But the calls don't go through because Dad's out on the farm.
Yeah.
So, imagine how frustrating that is. Anyways, and then the farmhouse is all sandstone walls. Like the walls are like thick sandstone, so the Wi-Fi doesn't get from room to room. So and also, what time in my life am I spending as a child, or in the past, the first 18 years on like watching TV on a phone? Like there was no time for me to be doing like
Any of that,
anything.
yeah.
Well, we didn't have reception. Like first of all, like you know, like, you probably don't know by that face, but like
That's
that
crazy.
wasn't such like if any spare moment I'm out on the farm helping Dad. Like, like because that's the time that I got to spend with him, was working out of the farm because he's super busy. And so technology was not in my life at all. And it's like now it's like probably the biggest tool you can possibly have. And I've got no idea what I'm doing with it.
Actually, you just gave me a moment. There's this really cool chick, and she's in America, and she has a farm, and she does with cows, but she does some like a tallow cream.
Beef tallow, yeah.
Yeah, and she uses it to like create like skincare or something, and she's done a whole like TikTok feed on just her journey on trying to I think she's raising money in the business to like save acres on the farm or something like that.
Beef
But,
tallow
like,
is super popular at the moment.
do you guys do that as well? Like with cows? No, just
so
just
we
milk.
just supply a company called Fonterra, and they distribute
they
our
push it
milk,
out.
to separate companies. But Duck River is like a Tasmanian brand of butter. It's like it's not sold over here.
Oh, it's not so.
No, if Mum or Dad come over, they have to bring me some
Wow, so
Oh,
you
it's like
actually
that.
can't.
Dark
Yeah.
river butter is so
Insane.
good. Yeah.
Wait, so that you
can't get it here.
I was gonna say,
My-
can you taste the difference between just like shit milk and like
Yeah.
good milk?
Yeah. Oh
Wow.
yeah. Oh my god.
We'll have
Yeah.
to go to Tassie with you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, probably I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe
yes,
not.
yes,
But yeah, my brother came over. My brother came over for a weekend, and he was like, in the supermarket, he's like, "You don't have Duck River here?" And I was like, "No, sorry, George, no." But yeah, so we supply a company and they distribute and that. But yeah, so our herd is crossbreed herd. So it's Frisian and Jersey. So Jersey is the more creamier milk, like yeah, really creamy, full-bodied milk, and then
Actually, you may be able to answer my my lactose question.
oh god, no,
So,
probably not.
This is not your medical thing. This is about content.
Let's diagnose.
Wait, we'll come back to the content. Two seconds.
No, don't come back to the content. There is none.
Okay, sure.
But
No.
so when I'm in Australia, I'm like heavily lactose intolerant, can't have the milk here. But then if I go overseas, like Europe or Japan, and have the milk there, no issues.
Girl, no idea.
They said it's
so
I reckon it's something to do with like
The cows.
They say
built
pasteurized
different.
milk. They say
Oh yeah, like
Australian milk.
pasteurized milk. Yeah,
They say Australian milk is pasteurized, but European milk is not apparently, or
yeah,
just overseas milk isn't. So apparently that makes a difference. Amen.
it does. It's just the processing and
processing is
the different. Yeah,
different.
the processing might be. I don't know anything about European milk, but I'd assume the processing is different. So you have to homogenize and pasteurize milk.
Yeah.
And it kills the bacteria.
Me personally, I wouldn't
I
let
don't
that
know.
happen to my stomach.
Shut up, this guy.
Yeah.
My God.
Just drink it.
Just
Okay,
drink
yeah,
it.
just drink it. Yeah, you're also the one that's on the toilet shitting.
Hey, it's
class,
coffee.
dude, don't lie.
It's coffee.
Don't lie. Anyway, back to the content.
Back to the content. Yeah.
Wow.
I
So,
feel like, yeah, back to what I
On the
was saying.
topic of shit.
The
yeah, on the
tallow
topic of
cream.
shit, my content, pretty much, because there is none of it. No, so I'm really bad with technology, and I'm also really uncomfortable, not in front of a camera, but me myself, but like
Talking to
I think
don't know.
everyone is. Everyone is.
like,
Yeah.
but just the idea of me standing in my living room with like, I don't know, I have no idea. I have no plan for content. I have such a good like opportunity for it, like the cows, the farm, the product, the food that you can create with it. I just don't know how to do any of it.
You know what
And
we should fucking do? Sorry, I didn't mean to swear
Whoa,
there.
that was
Sorry.
intense.
You know what we
Wow,
should
wow.
do? No, sorry, I just had a light bulb moment. We should do content Sundays. Where we go
You
to
can workshop.
where we go to Faulkner, and anyone that's like making content and a
Yeah.
small business, we all just get around and just chat content.
Just
Content
chat
Sundays.
content.
Chat content, yeah.
That
Like
doesn't solve Freya's
content
filming.
coffee club.
but
Doesn't
it's
solve my
just like-
filming problem.
But I feel
No.
like it lets you bounce ideas off, and the more people that you see, like who are
get
making
inspired by
content, you get inspired by it. You know, I get sorry to divert. I get very inspired by your brother, who just day in day out,
Oh,
he just
yeah.
sets up the light, goes in there, starts yapping about fashion, and you just like watch him do it, and he just has no care in the world whatsoever, and just like no matter how many like mess ups, retakes, retries, whether there's people in the room or people not in the room, just raw dogs it. And I'm just like, the balls on this
Yeah.
guy
Huge.
is insane.
Pretty
like,
interesting character,
actually
I'm not gonna lie.
insane. Like just not a care in the world. I mean, it's obviously us, so it's probably why he feels more comfortable, but like he just doesn't care.
No, he just still does it in public anyway.
Yeah, literally.
doesn't
It's
care.
just
See, yeah, no.
He's been like that since we were like he was a baby though.
Yeah.
In public, doing stupid shit, whatever, everywhere. He
Yeah.
doesn't care. And I think that's like a part of like you going into stores and just not caring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Has obviously been but like that's a good
But-
thing in some cases.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that's the attitude you have to have with
It
content.
actually
Yeah.
is though.
You just
I
gotta
think.
just do
But
it and
I
not
was saying
care.
to you guys, I am such a perfectionist.
Oh.
I am such a perfectionist, and I always have been. I probably always will be. And so I notice every little detail in the content, and then I also start to overthink things as well. Are people going to want to watch this? Is this even interesting? Because I'm brought up with this dairy farming life, and so I'm like, it's cows. Like this is my normal, but then I forget that this is not normal for other people.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, does this tie back to the product? And I'm really overthinking everything. I'm like, oh my God, it doesn't matter. Just post something, woman. And I haven't.
Where do you feel like the business is going though? Like, do you feel like it's at a stage where you really want to scale it, or is it something that you're like happy with the pace of it, whatever
Yeah.
comes and goes? Like, because I think that makes a big difference on like how much you need to put into content.
It's, there's a few things. I don't want to do like go 1,000 miles an hour and then kind of get to the point where I'm like, shit, I've got so much happening. So I'm very conscious of that because I am someone that would just like completely floor it and then put myself in a hole and be buried with caramel. But
Caramel and content.
Literally.
yeah. But then also my market is just like now is so broad. It is so broad. Used to be just the old Facebook mums. Just jump on Facebook, chuck a post up, they would share it to their little community, no problem. But now it's like Melbourne is so much different and much different. So yeah,
It is different.
it's different.
Yeah.
And then competitive as well market, but there's not like I have such a niche product.
Exactly. I was going to say, is it
yeah, you
competitive or not? Like
It's I guess it's not.
yeah.
Like it's the product itself. No, not competitive. I'm the only one doing it because nowhere else can you get. Like I have a license with Dad. Like it's
Business,
in the contract for the dairy to be able to supply Freya's Delights. But I had to get a special license through Dairy Farming Australia for that to happen. Like,
Wow.
yeah, it was.
You're literally one of one.
I know,
So,
right?
and I think that's
No,
I think
sorry.
that's like a blessing and a curse because it's hard to reference like, okay, who do I almost take inspiration from when it
Yeah.
comes to content as well?
Mm.
That camera just passed out.
Are you serious right now? Are you serious?
I'm gonna
all happening
fucking
today.
freak out. No,
Pause.
it's just on a big
Battery. That's okay. I'm not in a rush.
He's like,
Nowhere to be.
I live right behind the building.
Yeah,
Oh, look.
I've got a far drive home.
Yeah.
I love this shelf. It's so
I
aesthetically
don't know, I
pleasing.
need to build it out more. Like the middle two are pretty good. I feel like the
Bottom needs.
those plants like
Simple's good. Simple's good.
Yeah, it's nice. I got like pieces from Japan. Summit mugs on the bottom. Got those in there.
That little cat, that orange cat. So cute.
Yeah.
Oh, and those little green men.
Yeah, Smisky. These are Smiskies. Oh, have you never seen these before?
No.
Really? You don't know what Smisky is?
No.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. So
Oh,
popular.
that poor peace lily.
Jordan Hannah will have like, I think they have like 100 of these in there in Palma. So there's so many of them. They're like these little, I don't know, little. So you know how the whole Labubu phase and the
Oh,
pop
yeah,
mart
yeah,
thing's
yeah.
going on. Before that was crazy. Japan was doing these like little blind boxes. They've been doing them for years.
Oh,
though.
right, like that type of thing.
Yeah, and then these characters have been
I'm so sheltered, guys.
for ages, like obsessed. People love these characters, these Misky characters, but basically they're just like no faced, like literally just like flat faced. There's no emotion to them, but they're doing all these like little actions and stuff, and you just like open
They
it.
are very cute.
They are, and they glow in the dark too, so it's kind of cute at night. Yeah. This has never happened.
Oh, really?
Not this camera has, but then this one's never come out.
Because we've hit 70 minutes.
That's it. Yeah.
Was it?
Yep.
Well, we've done podcasts a lot longer than.
Yeah. I don't know. I just need
Yeah.
to figure out a better system, but anyway.
We'll be back.
Same.
Back from
Same.
the back from the-
Anyway,
Anyways, and we're back.
And we're back.
Take three.
Three. Holy shit.
Technology, I love it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't use
do content.
Don't do content. Don't do podcast content.
No, I feel
guys.
like with it's hard. It is content is interesting because I think it's like it's how you phrase it. I think always we talk about authenticity and the importance of just like showing up as you and talking about your journey and your story and you know even about the like in the product in a way where it like comes back and it relates to you or supporting like your family farm or whatever. And I think like if you are to do content, I can definitely see it envisioning similar to the example that's in my head of this chick in America who has a cow farm that does like tallow cream. She's done a really good job at like sort of talking about like her journey. Well, obviously the hardest thing that I think of, and that's probably gonna be a challenge for you, is that she's like on the farm.
Yeah, see,
She
this
can
is
show the
I was just
content.
about to say. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so fortunate that I am one of one. No one else is doing it. It is such a niche product, and my story as well to go with it. Except being in Melbourne, I don't have any cows over here. But then I'm also thinking of, okay, well, that's an opportunity, I guess. How can I diversify that content? What, like, how can, I guess it's a challenge, like, what content can I make with what I've got over here? Not a lot because I forgot my tripod and microphone back in Tassie, so I do have to borrow yours. Thank you so much.
We'll supply
But then, yeah, going back, getting as much content as I can, But like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Pretty much. Like I just have no idea it's so broad. Like it's not like, okay, coffees every day, like it's coffee. It's like, because I feel like with the boys at Mrs. Summer, that's kind of what I compare to is like, not inspiration for content, but like ideas or like,
well, you've come to the right people because we actually
do you guys do
handle
it?
Anyway,
but
yeah,
I don't know. It's like, because all I do is put the product in a jar.
Yes.
But that's such a simple thing. But there are so many steps to it, and I just gloss over
talk
everything.
about all the steps. Yeah.
I think for you, it's like finding maybe one repeatable series where it is that simple, like putting it in a jar sort of thing. But I don't know, like you can really simplify content down to that, where you're literally like putting, I don't know, text on a screen to some B-roll that you've taken ages ago, and you're just like posting that to trending audio, and that could like hit a particular market.
Take B-roll.
But that's okay. It's all good. We'll give you a list. We'll give you a list. And then in like sort of bringing that to, I guess, like a bit more storytelling. So when you are taking videos on the farm and when you are there just doing like a talking head about like the process that goes on behind it. And then, like you said, I guess it's a bit uncomfortable sitting in the living room talking about your product, but you can do that too. And talking about it is good. That's probably like where I would start.
Well, I was thinking like when you do your labeling, does that get pre-done or do you sit there and like label?
No, I do it all.
Right?
Yeah.
So then that could be a video.
I think it is so not aesthetically pleasing. Like I'm just sitting on the floor in the living room and
I think that's more
it's
so real.
See, this is where I overthink it. I'm like, I'm sitting in my pajamas.
People would want to see like you're probably
hair in an absolute bird's nest because I've been up for 36 hours.
I mean, why not? I feel like that just shows it even more.
No, but I could just not But yeah, no, and especially like the farm is just such a good opportunity for content, and then the virtual fencing as well. So, guys, there is so much.
Oh yeah, the virtual
we didn't even touch
fencing.
On it. Yeah, the virtual fencing that we have on the farm.
That's so cool.
It's mind blowing.
It is pretty cool. I mean, like, there's all these different things that you can talk about. It's just like how you present it.
Yeah,
like,
but it's like, because I guess with Mr. Summer, it's like they have a theme with their, like you guys have a theme going with your content. But for me, it's like all over the place. Like it's like cows, caramel, Melbourne, cooking, recipes. Like I feel like it's great that there's so many options, but I find it overwhelming to be like, okay, what one do I start with?
Yeah, you need like pillars. I think that's how we do content with controls. With all our clients, we kind of set out like 3 pillars of themes that kind of like surround like their brand, and then you just kind of like silo content into that, because then it can get really overwhelming. And obviously if you look at like what other people are doing, like they're doing so much as well, so you just get
and
more
comparison
overwhelmed.
is the thief of joy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's like, I think with Summer it's kind of good because if I think of their pillars,
they have a repeatable series, and that's what I mean. It's like finding something
like
that is going to make it easy for you.
They have a specials.
But it's like finding something that's like super easy for you to know that, okay, each week, like this sort of video is going to come out, and I know that that's going to be a video that I can commit to as well. I mean,
it's hard sometimes.
It's tough
when you set a
to be
committing
honest,
goal. But like a part series is really good. Like we noticed that when we did this is part 1 of like opening another cafe in like Faulkner Street.
Yeah.
That did really well, and I think founder-led content seems to be, well, it's already on the up now, I would say. Actually, I would probably jump on it now. But like doing things like, this is part 1 of like using my dad's farm milk to build a caramel business or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's a sick hook. Well done.
Dan, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. No, literally, it's just
like literally though, like those are the things that you can.
Or even content can get overwhelming, but it's like sitting down, like mind mapping everything that is like your business, who you are, where you've come from, and that's like already so much. And you could literally listen back to this podcast and be like, "That's cool. I want to talk about that a little bit more," and how that ties into why I've started Freya's Delights, or why I've reignited like my spark for it as well.
It all depends on like where you're at with your business. It depends on whether you want to like expand it to that degree, and then because you're right, if one of the videos go crazy and then you're like getting orders and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot. Now I have to fly to Tassie every second week or something now. Like, is that the lifestyle that you want as well? So like it all just depends on like where your business is at and how you want it to expand. But the fact that you're already like getting into markets and you've got like Miss Summit, which is obviously close to you as well, so it's like really good. Like for us, we're so thankful because like they're like, can you shoot on Wednesday? Yeah, we'll just come down 2 minutes later, shoot, just go back up. Like it's easy, it's so chill. But some of our other clients, we have to drive like almost an hour to get
Yeah.
out to shoot them. So it's like we love them, we do it for them always. But like the fact that they're just downstairs is like so convenient for like
Any
us.
South Bank businesses, please
Yeah.
what's up, anyway.
Keep
Yeah.
it local.
Yeah, no,
Keep it
legit,
local.
keep it
Literally
local, that's
in this
it.
community only.
That's it.
Yeah, we don't cross the river. We don't.
I
Just
swear we're
South
becoming a
Bank.
cult. I swear we're becoming a cult. I feel like the Run Club just sealed the
Oh,
cult.
yeah, sealed the deal.
cult, sealed the cultness of it.
Freya, it's been awesome. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
wrap this one up a little bit. Thank you so much for sharing about your journey. I think like there's been so many chapters. I think as we reflect back on it, and yeah, again, I've said this 3 times now probably, but it's a testament to your character, and it's really inspiring to see other young business owners in South Bank. Obviously, the podcast isn't tailored to that as well, but I think just meeting young, like-minded people who are trying and doing the thing, and obviously now trying to do some content around it as well. It's been awesome hearing, I guess, all the lows, but also all the highs as well, and where you've come from at such a young age too, which I think is super, super exciting. Yeah, from my end, thank you so much for your time, and we can't wait to see what you do in the future, and I'm sure like we'll be helping you out somewhere along the line as well. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing your journey. We'll link all the socials, your website if you've got one, and your contact if you want to hit up Freya for some caramel. But yeah, until next time.
Thanks. Been a pleasure.
See you later. Rate the show 5 stars, please, and subscribe. I forgot to do that.
Okay,
Subscribe.
cut
We're
up.
caught up now. Yeah.